Please note that we have now entered the try-on portion of the Sephora Savings event. Please keep all hands inside the vehicle for your safety. Hi guys, welcome to today's video, which is a try-on of the new products that I just picked up in the Sephora Savings event. I wanted to go ahead and get this up before the savings event ended so that you could possibly have a little bit more information about products that you've been eyeing before the sale ends. I will be testing out one product today that I did not pick up from Sephora, and that is the Sireneuse Étendu palette from Viseart. We'll do a pretty quick and dirty review of this one so that we can really focus on a lot of these complexion products that I picked up. Let's get going, starting off with lips, because I desperately need some moisture and some color here. I am going to put the full names of all of these products down in the description box below so that I'm not trying to read them off to you, especially without my glasses. So we are going to start off with the Clearance Lip Oil. I have tried this as a mini prior to picking it up in this haul. So let's go ahead and get this going. It is kind of hard to get out. The doe foot is really pretty big, you guys. I was really surprised at how large this was. I'm sure it was much smaller in the mini. But let's go ahead and put this on. It smells delicious, and it does live up to the name of being very comforting. Oh, see? Okay, did you see what happened there? Hold on. I went over the lip line. As the doe foot is so big, I have trouble just staying on my lips. And I don't think of myself as someone who has small lips. So I'm sort of like, what's the deal here? Am I doing this wrong? Have you found that you have to paint outside the lines with this product? I don't know. So I'm actually not a huge fan of the size of this applicator, but I will make the sacrifice because I do love the way this stuff feels and smells. So now let's get into eyes. As I mentioned, we are going to be playing with the Sireneuse Étendu palette from Viseart. This has been out for a little bit, and I didn't pick it up when it was first released, when Viseart had their spring equinox sale, though, and it was back in stock. I said, I am not missing this again. I just quickly laid down swatches on my arm. Here are those swatches. I don't want to go too heavy with the eyeshadow because we're also going to be testing out this new mascara from Prada. And I fear that if I apply too much eyeshadow, we won't really be able to see how well that performs. And I really want us to check those out. So I'm going to grab this shade here and put that through the crease. And this is a Rephr 15 brush. If you are not familiar with Viseart, their mattes are really beautiful, very blendable, easy to work with, and have good color payoff. Okay, hold. We have a cat crying at the door. I have my bedroom door closed. Okay. He cannot stand to be shut out. He's so cute. Oh, goodness. I heard him make noise. He's so cute. Okay, we're gonna go in with this deep brown in the outer corner. And for that, I am going to grab my Rephr 28, which is a flat brush. I don't know if it's showing up on camera, but this brown almost has a little bit of gold in it. It's so deep and smoky in the pan and really beautiful. But that gold is a nice surprise. I didn't notice that, honestly, when I swatched it. but I think it's really pretty. Uh-oh. Eyeshadow on the head. Excuse me. And now it's possible that you're hearing zombie sounds from the bathroom because my son is taking a shower, and I think he is maybe watching The Walking Dead while he takes a shower. I don't know. It's a Saturday morning, guys. There's a lot going on around here. Oh my gosh. Lord have mercy. See, I'm going to take that first brush I was using, that Rephr 15, and this will kind of work this over into the crease a little bit. Hopefully y'all cannot hear the zombie apocalypse as much as I can right now. I cannot believe it. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's really beautiful. I do have quite a bit of fallout from that brown. I knocked my new contour stick off my table. You guys, it's not like I threw it across the room. I mean, it just flat out came apart. At first I thought, well, is that how it's supposed to do? Like, is that, I couldn't remember. No. That's how to, it was much harder to get that off than to get this out. I mean, what the heck, you guys? Come on. No. Return. Okay, wait. It's in there good. Okay. Okay. I'm going to stay cool. I'm going to stay cool. I can now hear the intro music from The Walking Dead, so now I know, yes, that is in fact what he's watching. And I just saw that I have more eyeshadow on my forehead. You guys, I'm a mess today. I'm a mess. I am not abandoning filming this video this morning. I'm not going to do it. Okay. I mean, this is real life stuff, right? I am going to grab this beautiful gold here and tap that into the lid. This has a wet look to it. Hopefully you can see that. And something that I didn't mention about this dark brown that I put in the outer corner that I said had gold, it definitely has sort of that oil slick kind of effect. And so I think together with this gold, I think that's working. I don't think of Viseart as doing a lot of these shades that create that sort of oil slicked look. And so I'm really excited about these shades and the way that they're turning out. I'm pleasantly surprised. I'm gonna grab a little bit more of that brown that has the gold in it. I want to intensify that back up at the lash again. Now I am going to grab this shadow here and blend that into the gold from the inner corner. This is more of a traditional shimmer as opposed to that wet effect. And it does have a peachier tone. I'm going to grab a little bit more of that very first shade that I picked up on my Rephr brush. And kind of go through the crease again. I am now going to grab my Endless Cacao Makeup Forever pencil and run that along the lower lash line. Let's move on to mascara. I've got this new Prada Scope mascara. Let's curl the lashes. I'm going to try to not put my eye out here, guys, because this has a really interesting wand. As you can see, it's just got the bristles on one side. This is slightly easier and more enjoyable to use than I had anticipated. Who would have thought? Okay, let's do the other eye. In a way, it kind of makes sense. You know, I mean, if you're thinking about your hair, right, you've got your big round roller brush. That is the way that mascara and brow products are applied, right? With a teeny tiny roller brush. But we also have a flat brush, a paddle brush that we use, and that's essentially what this is. This is a paddle brush for your eyelashes. Let's go in with coat number 2. I love it when a product surprises me in a good way, you know? When you try a lot of products, I think it becomes harder and harder to be surprised. Okay, I'm digging this mascara. I mean, I'm gonna have to see how it looks outside in natural light. And of course, there's always, you know, looking to see how it performs over the course of the day. Does it flake off everywhere? I have a lot of trouble with applying mascara to my lower lash line because my lashes are so light and they're so tiny. And so that is why I've become a fan of the bottom lash mascara from Clinique, because it is literally, if you haven't seen it, it is this, I mean, teeny tiny brush. It'd be great to find a mascara that I felt comfortable using on both the top and the bottom lashes. I don't know that I'm any more comfortable with this one on the bottom lashes than I am any of my other main mascaras. So we're going to move on to complexion, and I'm going to do something that I should have done already, which is pin my hair back so that I can stop just wiping random things all over the place. So this is the Givenchy Prisma Libre foundation. That is a serum foundation. Open her up. I am going to put a very little bit onto my hands like this. I am not using a sponge. I am going to do what I typically do, which is just start slapping it on. It has a scent to it. So for those of you who do not like any scent in your makeup, know that this does have a scent. It's not a strong scent, and I think it's a nice scent, but I know that some people are really sensitive to that. So wanted to mention that. Let's do a little bit more. Oop. The reason I like to use my hands is because I feel like it warms up the product and that helps the product sort of sink in better. I have never found that using a brush works for me, and if I'm going to use a sponge, then I love this big funky one from, what is it, One Size? Let's go ahead and do some concealer. This is the concealer from Givenchy Prisma Libre, and just dot a little bit of that there and there, and grab my concealer brush from BK Beauty. This is the Kitten Paw brush that is a part of the Angie Hot and Flashy line. And using this to also sort of clean up the lines on my eyeshadow. Which is part of the reason that I like doing eyeshadow first. Okay, let's do contour. So this is the new contour stick from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I selected this because it is a very cool toned contour stick. I am gonna swipe this on and then blend it in with my Refer 35, which looks like it has product on it, but I did buff it out on a towel. Okay, so you can see there what that looks like. That definitely has a gray tone instead of orange. Let's go ahead and do along the jawline. It is really creamy. I think it blends out really easily. This is the lightest shade. Just take whatever's left on the brush, kind of work that in up here. Now we have blush. So we have a new blush. This is this Say Super Suede blush. I got the shade Grazie. I am going to call it Grazie, like it's Italian. It could be Grazie. I could be crazy. I don't know. We're calling it Grazie. This is a baked blush. And here you can see what that looks like. I swirled quite a bit, guys. I did. I'm not going to just start slapping this on my... I mean, I could. Hold on. Ooh. I'm putting it on my brush, straight from my finger. This is a brush from KJH brand. Tapping. We're tapping. We're stippling. Wow. I think that looks really, really beautiful. And not just the color, right? I don't think it's too dark, but you guys, I think it's really blurring. Hold on, before I apply more product to the brush, it's possible there's still some in the brush, so we're going to make sure. Let's see. I am tapping my brush into it now, and I'm going to tap off, but I am going to tap into the back of my hand. Y'all, my new Rare Beauty blush may have some competition. You guys know I have been raving about, hold on, let me grab it, from my might be makeup, might be snacks bag. I have been raving about this new blush from Rare Beauty that is this bouncy blush, and I do love this, but I mean, this is really, really performing well. So beautiful. Wow. Okay, Say, you know, this is my third Say blush. If you watched my original haul video, you would have seen that I have two other blushes from Say that I absolutely love. They're Dewy Blush, Liquid Blush, and Chili. And then this one that is sort of a blush highlight hybrid in Mauve Glow. And that is why I bought this. You guys Say they know how to do blush, period. They know how to do blush. Let's see. I guess that means it's time for powder. I do have a new powder to try out. This is the Givenchy Prisma Libre powder that has the 4 quadrants, color quadrants. So, and this is matte, okay? So this is the pressed version of this. This is the OG of this loose powder, not the newer formulation that is shiny, sparkly. I don't know. I don't have it, but I've heard people complain. So was very excited about getting this because sometimes this is kind of a pain to use. It's messy. It's got this little brush in here, and I am going to use the brush that it comes with. That is what the brush looks like. It's very shishi, okay? Oh my God, I'm in love with this blush. I'm in love with this blush. Okay, let's do the forehead first. So I'm gonna pick up all the colors. Here's what that looks like. Let's do one side of the face. So as I'm doing this, I'm just thinking to myself that yes, this may be better for touch-ups, and here's why. Or at least if you're going to use this brush, because I don't want to cover up my blush. But I mean, this brush is pretty broad, you know, so I think harder to use if you're, you know, just looking to do some very strategic spots. But I'm going to try because I really love my blush. Oh, you just going to use the tip. Okay, guys, powder difference. And I don't think that I ruined the blush. Man, get some home runs here, I think. If you picked up any of these products, if you have any of these, I'd love to know what you think of them. I'm sort of blown away. This does have scent too, just so you know, if you have not tried it. It's possible the loose powder does. I never noticed it had scent though. Okay. There's all the powder. I think it looks really good. Hold on. Let's bring a little bit of the blushing back. Just a little. I think that just leaves us with the lips. My table is an absolute disaster right now. So just so you know. Okay. When I did my sort of haul unboxing, I tried on the Coffee Lassie Lips lip oil and stain, and I actually showed you guys a wear test of this one, and I mentioned that I had also picked up a new shade. This is Sweet, and it did come in, so I figured we would use this one today. Look at that. So this is very light compared to the other one. Can y'all hear little? He's got this really breathy little meow. So that is what it looks like with all of the moisture on. I am kind of tempted to wipe it off, and so it's just leaving the stain behind, so we can kind of see what the stain looks like, and then put on top this new Hourglass Phantom Gloss that I got. There's the color there. Do you think I've allowed enough time for staining? Okay, while I'll let that stain sort of work in a little bit more, we are going to give this a go. This is the new Easy Bake Setting Spray. I did try this the other day in my last video and made the mistake of opening my mouth as I came towards the mirror and got it all in my mouth. It was not good, okay? I also felt like this left me very greasy looking at the end of the day. About 9 hours had passed. That's a long time, okay? Will definitely be interesting to see how this does over this serum foundation and new matte powder. So, did I put too much? I'm looking very dewy. Wow. Hello, every pore on my face. Okay, let's sort of pat it. Okay, this is what's weird. So I'm patting it. Just sort of working it a little bit more. And from the moment I touched it, it didn't feel wet. Ideally, you would do this with a sponge or something, okay? I feel like that accentuated pores. It's possible I overdid it. I will have to keep testing that one, guys, and let you know, because I don't know. I'm not real sure. Okay, I am gonna wipe off this coffee lip stain. So, fuzz. Now you can see just what the stain looks like. I have wanted to try these Phantom Gloss sticks for such a long time. I think it's a really beautiful product. It does look really juicy on my lips. I think this is supposed to be plumping, but I don't feel any tingling or burning. I would not know that this was a plumping product if it weren't in the description. Okay, guys, so this is the final look. What do you think? Let me know. Let me know if you've tried any of these products, and if you love them, if you hate them. I hope you have enjoyed this try-on from the Spring Sephora Savings event, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.